Hey guys, just wanted to. It's been a while, I know. Well, it's been a lot of things have been going on in our world over here. A lot of good, as well as a few setbacks in between. But I mean, we're still surviving, and I'm still helping people. you know, or at least I'm trying to. Just got off the phone right now. That's why I'm up. Somebody just called me from New York. Mm. That's the thing that I find so particular about this whole deal. The public now is pretty much aware. They are realizing now that a lot of cancer patients in particular are seeing that oil is their only resource, is their only recourse. I mean, it's their only a way to sustain life with cancer. Okay, everything that which sucks. Okay, because I don't want to sit here and make anybody believe that I know everything, because I do not know everything. Please, I do not know everything. I'm learning every day, and I try to, that's my demon. Basically, it's I can't stop learning. I'm always trying to read, trying to be involved with something, in some aspect. But right now, people are calling, and I try to help. I went through these little battles with internal bullshit, trying to deal with what I'm dealing with. Oh pity me, that kind of shit. But anyway, we literally had to go all the way around to get back to the middle. Um, the last thing I let you guys off is that we had got into City 8 Hope. Basically, the cancer had come back. It was still considered breast cancer in the bone. She had probably a softball size tumor in the small portion of her back. Talking about almost exact same spot that where it was, just over a little bit. Um, okay, now this was her third cancer now. Okay, with all indications and everything that I know and everything I've read, and believe me, and I've asked and talked to a lot of really smart people. Um, the next place it should have been was in her brain. Okay, I've been really freaking out over that shit for quite a while, because it's God. God's working with this woman. That's all I know. Because these doctors, they seem like they're just hell bent on waiting for her to be sick. There's no real. Okay, no, I shouldn't say that, but so we finally get in there, see an oncologist at City of Hope, and mind you, the surgeons were awesome. They took care of my love like beyond belief. But when it came back to cancer, dealing with cancer, it was pathetic. You know what I mean? It was literally the same bullshit that we've been through for how many years now. And just because they were applying it, it was supposedly somehow different. It doesn't matter, and it's the thing that sucks for me is that when I try to convert, talk to these people and let them know what's going on and what I know and what they get offended. They get really bothered. They get upset, if not. I don't know. It's just bullshit, because they have this whole godlike mentality. Regardless if they're hugging, handshaking, and all that kind of shit, you try to test them on their ability, which I'm not trying to do. It's just that maybe what they have learned over all these years, and a lot of that is coming into the sense of being fact now, was bullshit. Bullshit or lies, okay? That's basically what it comes down to. It's been a lot of years as our country now has been fed a lot of lies, pertaining to the plant. All the healing benefits that it pertains to. I mean, literally throughout history, cannabis has been a part of it. Um, I've applied it now in multiple facets, and it seems to be working. And it works a lot, and it all depends, right? Okay, so we get out of there. Basically, it was us against the world again, because there was really nobody running to our aid when it came into that particular field. Had no idea what to do next, but I knew we had to find another doctor. So off we went. Well, she had gotten referred. My love had gotten referred by one of our neighbors. He had cancer years and years ago. He's one of those lucky few to be in, that made upward remission for such a long period of time now. Thank God. But Anyway, so I said, screw it. Like, what the fuck? Let's give it a try. It doesn't hurt. So, and we get in there, and I tell my love, I'm not gonna say anything. Okay, mind you, she had went through a surgery, hospital stay for a while, then went through therapy. She was in a therapeutic recovery home kind of deal for almost 2 weeks, 14 days I think it was. No more than 14 days, I believe. I'm not sure. I can't remember. All I know is that everybody took it to the heart here, man. Her cat got sick, depression, no bullshit. That cat will wait at the door for her, her mama to come home. His mama to come home. Nope, bad. Deja lost all kinds of weight, lost hair. It was a trip. You know what I mean? But that's just a whole nother fucking movie right there. Excuse me. So anyway, okay, at this point now, okay, we get into this doctor, and I had been pretty much used to being my love's voice, but through this time now, she's on it now. You know what I mean? At least she's trying to be, but there's certain things that she still misses. You know what I mean? That she doesn't I guess maybe notice to ask, or that kind of stuff. And I'm always devil's advocate. You know what I mean? I don't believe anything they fucking say. I think their decisions are based off of money. So I'm always trying to stay on point, especially when it comes to her or anybody else that I'm helping. It's no bullshit. A lot of the shit she had done to her, she shouldn't have had to have done. So anyway, okay, now she's already she's been on oil now, okay, for quite a while now. All right. But these hormonal bursts she has a particular cancer called HER2 positive, turned into a metastatic breast cancer in the bone. Was in the base of her spine, then it turned back again in the base of her spine, which should have been in her brain, but thank God it didn't. And I believe it all to God and oil. Okay, so doctor, we get in there. They were waiting on blood work, so it was kind of one of those meet and greet kind of deals. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I wanted to hear him say it, and I told my love, I go, well, I'll shut up until he starts lying. Okay, and she's like, we'll see. One of those deals. Well, my thing is, I guess, because I wear beanies and I wear Pendletons and I wear, khaki colored pants, or, that obviously I can't have any idea, or I can't fathom what else there has to be in the sense of care for my love, right? So they just start spitting, he just starts going off, about the only thing that this, that. And I was like, how could, I didn't yell at him. I wasn't aggressive with him, but, I can't stand when somebody disrespects me, or, tries to, lie to my love, and it only benefits his pocket. It's not going to make her any better. If anything, put it on the fucking ground for sooner. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I get really frustrated with it. Okay, well, I'm learning how to deal with that in the sense of my temper and not showing these doctors that I'm really upset. And it seems to be working. Why? Because if I just kind of kill them with knowledge, then they have nothing to back up on. You know what I mean? So in turn, I went bam, 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 bam. And I go, look, man, I'm not trying to argue with you. I don't mean any disrespect to you or anything that you've accomplished now, in your career. You know what I mean? It's nothing like that. And he goes, well, what do you need? I go, I need a doctor on my team. I go, because I can't have what we need to get done without you saying to get it done. And he was like what? I go, there's 3 things right now that, that could pretty much stop this aggressive side of her cancer. An oophorectomy, a full hysterectomy, or doing some sort of freezing of the ovaries with a massive hormonal blocker kind of bullshit, but I wasn't really hip on that. All right. He just kind of looked. I go, but no doctor was willing. I go, I was like, I can't understand, how it is. He goes, I don't do this for the money. I go, I never said that you didn't, doc. He goes, I care about my patients. I was like, well, to be honest with you, I was going to wait to base that decision on what you said next. And he goes, well, we're waiting on the blood work and this and that, so we'll see you in a couple weeks and we'll go from there. So, okay. So, sure enough now, how everything, cancer is a waiting game now. Okay, but mind you, she's already been sick. Okay, she had it again. It was full on. And her cancer is no fucking joke. It's not here to be her friend. I told her this. You know, you cannot be easy or lazy when it comes. Not even one day. No. You know, you want to cheat on your food? Go ahead, love. You know what I mean? But fuck, man. You better take this shit because this is the only thing that's keeping you alive. You know. Fuck. So anyway, she started taking it. She started taking a lot of it, and you know, luckily, you know, I've gotten it pretty fine tuned on what I do, what I need to do, right? So we go back in there now. Um, Walk in there, and hey, how you guys doing? I look at my love like, fuck. He goes, hey Jerry, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions after we're done? I was like, yeah, okay, doc, whatever, man. I go, just tell me how my love's doing. I go, how's her blood work? He goes, okay, yeah, and he opens up his laptop, and he starts talking about this and that. And I go, well, how's her blood, doc? He goes, well, he looks at me, and he looks at my love, and he's like, she has no cancer in her blood. Like, okay, well, that's not a real big shock to me, at this point, because we've done it once before, a few times before already. So I'm like, okay, how about the metastatic tumor markers? Like, how are they? I'm sure there should have been, a decline in them big time right now, right? Because tumor's gone, but yet, there's always something left, the residual. You know what I mean? So he's all, Jerry, she's not reading on the metastatic tumor marker or CAA test. I was like, what? And I look at him, and a tear kind of. So it still fucking gets me. I'm like, okay, how about her bones? I go, because breast cancer in the bone, it already penetrated bone. He's all, Jerry, she's not reading on any scale at all of ever having cancer at this point. He looks at me and he's, how did you do this? It's like, doc, it's not rocket science, man. And I tried to talk to you about this, and I was trying not to, what I mean? I was just really happy for my love, I mean, people out there probably know how I feel, and every day is one day where, I love that woman, and it's been hard, I've been dealing with her with anger right now, and I don't mean to be, but it scares me because whenever things are good, especially with this fucking disease, man, something bad's always about to happen. And I'm staying on what I'm doing, and I know that there's no change, and I know that what we're doing is working, but I'm just fucking scared all the time, you know what I mean? And I feel I'm just tired of living on edge, but it seems like. But anyway, so doctor was kind of flipping, majorly flipping, but so he says okay. So we finally get to go see a gynecologist, a surgeon. The surgeon that actually performed the surgery. Her geo doctor. I can't remember his name now. But anyway, we're sitting there waiting, and then all of a sudden she has to go to the bathroom. So she goes to the bathroom. I'm still sitting there. The doc comes in. Boom. We start talking. I started telling him blum 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 blum, and he just kind of looking at me, and he goes, "How?" Like. I was like, doc, this is something that should have been done a long fucking time ago, and nobody else was willing to do it. Every other doctor thought about their fucking pocket and this is exactly how I told him, over my girl's life. I finally find a man that is willing to take the fucking pay cut. And he just kind of looked at me and he goes, we're going to get this done. And, I was just, he's like, he kind of gave me a weird look, and he goes, you did it. And then he walked out, and my girl comes in, and like, what happened? Like, well, nurse, and I was just, see, I don't really look at it like I did anything, you know what I mean? I just did what I had to do, It's fucked up feeling because there's times where I feel like not appreciated and that kind of bullshit. That's just me being selfish, and that's the devil at work. But it's just frustrating when you really feel alone, especially when, I mean, fuck, man, I'd love to be able to talk to my brother, there's a lot of things that I lost a lot of things through this shit. My children, a relationship with my mother, family, all in general. I mean, people tend to distance themselves. That's what I realized. And try not to be grudgeful, but fucked up thing to be alone and dealing with shit like this. Especially her and her family. It's always irked me. But anyway, so we're trying to rock and roll with this. Scheduling surgery already. It's coming up January, I believe 26th of this month. Finally get that done. So, God willing, we very well might have saved her life. I don't. I mean, my thing is that I'm just fucking scared, man. I'm feeling stressed all over again. And it's funny whenever I'm feeling this way and I'm going through all this shit in my head with her, because I always feel like I'm forgetting something. You know what I mean? Like there's something I'm missing. I didn't pay attention to one thing or the other, or you know what I mean? It just feels weird. I try to distance myself from fucking paying attention to every one of her scans or every one of her tests or every one of her, you know what I mean? Because it was driving me fucking nuts, man. And she has her own opinion, and all of a sudden now it's like if I have cancer or something, and I'm telling her what she no. I had to take a fucking time out and realize that, she's the one that's fighting this disease. My job is just to be supportive. Just to be here so that she doesn't feel like she's alone through this shit. And I feel like I've kind of made her feel that way going through this shit towards right here. It's a hard thing for me to swallow. I'm only human, and watching her change, through the years, and I just miss her. Can't hold her, I can't touch her, can't, the way I want to, and, because it just hurts. Everything hurts her. I just hate this fucking disease, man. But people are still finding me, and a lot of really cool things have been happening in the process as well. We helped a child with autism. Went over to his home. Me and my business partner went over there, and we talked to the family, and just gave them some advice, some suggestions on which path they probably should look into, that kind of stuff. And then we actually got them some accessibility to some of that stuff, and it's a trial motion kind of deal. So we're hoping and praying that it does bring some normality back to their lives, because that's what the parents really need. On the other end, there's been a lot of people with colon cancers and intestinal cancers finding me. Can't stress this enough, guys. Autoimmune deficiencies, blood disorders. You have irritable bowel syndrome. You're on the fucking path, man. You got to start reinforcing your body. You know what I mean? Strengthen your blood. Don't just go off of what they're saying. Oh, it's an immune deficiency, or find out what it is and what you're lacking, or what's being produced more of, and then do it naturally. There's many ways of doing this now. You do this a lot with detox drinks and alkaline water, and turmeric could help. You know what I mean? There's a lot of possibilities of feeding, fortifying your blood, and detox drinks are awesome, but you have to make sure you're drinking with the right things. So anyway, I was dealing with the patient. He has colon cancer. Okay, now this is the thing that people don't understand, or maybe they just don't understand. They don't know. He had it's a thing that's called it's a playoff of irritable bowel syndrome. He had it's called diverticulitis. Okay, diverticulitis is usually your worst case scenario up to you getting, if not colon cancer or intestinal cancer. Why? Because you have polyps in your colon. Polyps are like sacs. Undigested food falls into these sacs, and they get swelled up, and they turn up, and they blow. Okay, it's not a good thing, and it's not an easy thing, and it's like fucking painful. Well, the ones that aren't painful, okay, mind you, you can have polyps, and people have them all the time, and a lot of them are benign. See, but the thing is they don't realize is that they're already setting you up. Okay, why? Because if you have them now, they're gonna be cancer later. Fact. Literally fact. It is what it is. And they don't tell you what you need to do now. Your first indication of you having polyps or an intestinal order, it's got to be something that you've been eating, or if you're smoking. You know what I mean? If you're drinking heavy alcohol, literally, you got to limit your intake on every little fucking thing. Go back to being bland, and then start fortifying. Well, they don't tell you this, and they don't start. They don't do anything with that at all. Well, that's where I kind of come in, and I try to help them. And mind you, this man was on a lot of medications. Okay, high blood pressure through the roof. He was on medication for that. Well, in turn, he turned into a diabetic. So he's like, he doesn't know how. He was never a diabetic before. I'm like, it's because of what you're taking. And they kind of looked at me, and I'm like, the medications are making him diabetic. It's what is going on. And well, this patient I dealt with, gosh, a month ago probably now. So he's been on the oil for a little over a month, and they came over a couple days ago to pick up the last part of some cream I had for them, and so anyway, they come over, and we got to talking, and I was like, so how's he doing? I go, is there any changes, anything at all, and I go, how's he looking? How's his appearance? I mean, is he losing weight? Is he gaining weight? What's going on? She's like, not so fast, kind of deal. So, because she had a big smile on her face, and I was like, okay. So she's like, Jerry, he's eating a lot. I go, munchies, I get that. I go, is he sticking to his diet though? And she's kind of looked at me. I go, I didn't think he was going to. He's old school Mexican, so I figured he's gonna eat the fuck whatever the fuck he wants. So, in turn, I go, okay, so but how about any blood tests and this and that? So how about his tumor markers and stuff? So Jerry, they're dropping. I thought God's great. And then she goes, Jerry, I go, how about his medicines? How about his diabetes? She's like, Jerry, he hasn't taken his diabetes medicine since he's been on the oil. I'm like, okay, now hold on. A whole month with no, I go, are you still monitoring his blood sugar and all that kind of stuff? And she's like, yeah, Jerry, but he doesn't have to take it. He's not even taking his heart medicine. And I was like, whoa, no, slow down now. We never found out. Doctors never, you never even found out what the root of his high blood pressure is. He could be having some sort of, heart issues or something else. You know what I mean? And we don't know. She's like, no, Jerry. What you had told us about doing the research when it comes to how cannabis oil heals the heart. They did, and they conferred with one of their doctors, and some doctor on the side told him, I can't say yes or no, but and he kind of winked at him, that kind of deal. That was his only indication. That's the only thing he needed to I guess, basically jump in with both feet and listen to what I had to say. Because he said that he's all, the doctor that you're seeing on the side, he knows what he's doing. He's a doctor. He's some fucking bachuco from the neighborhood. The guy was like, what? Started laughing. So that's what she tells me. Anyway, he hasn't been on any medication now for a while, and he's still doing pretty damn good. It just shows that how oil applies to a lot of different things now, and it seems to fucking work with all of it. It's about doing it. It's about the repetition. Okay, now what people don't understand now, CBD only, it's not strong enough, man. It's not. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Okay, it's a process called synopsis. THC of a certain equivalent has to be involved to activate CBD1 to turn into the CBD2 receptor, which in turn, deters the spread. Okay, That's what you do, and then it fortifies as it's going. It's a blood builder, strengthener. I mean, literally every aspect of your body this applies to. I made some cream for one of my neighbors. Her sister has eczema, bad. I mean, where it was painful and scarring, and she's been on it now for gosh, 2 months, and she said after the first week, you could see difference totally. She doesn't have any fucking scarring on her body at all. She barely even gets them. She says now they came over and asked if I could make some more for them. Shit, I just gave her some. It's like here, oh no 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 no, like give Deja a bath, that kind of stuff. And she was just like, okay, I'll do it. They just want to give my dog a bath. But anyway, it works, and the thing is that both of these patients were early on in their disease. They didn't wait. They didn't go through. Luckily, they had family members that shook them and said, "Look, talk to this guy at least, please." And his wife, he's got to give it all to his wife, man, because she was doing a lot of research on her own. So a lot of things I was telling her and we were talking about, especially on the information side, she already had some knowledge too, so it made it easier for them to accept and jumped in. And they did it, and they're still doing it, but God willing, we can get them all cancer free. I mean, I wasn't hell bent on trying to save the world or anything, it was never like that. And I've heard so much shit from so many different people throughout the years about, even friends told me that other friends, the people that supposedly were friends are over there, he's full of shit, he doesn't do anything he's doing. And I so wish that, I even had what I consider one of my best friends. He's like a brother to me. Literally tell me, because I didn't bring a video camera into these people's homes and record what I was talking to them about, or record me doing this or doing that. That never really happened. It's got to be in my head. And that, you have no proof. I'm like, what is my love? He's like, you didn't do anything. She had treatment already. That's what I was like, huh? Oh man, this girl has not been on any chemotherapy or had any radiation for since the first cancer. I don't know, man. February 3rd, they told me. Okay, they told me a year before that, mind you, that quality of life, Jerry. Get her comfortable, make her happy, What are you fucking talking about, dog? So it's very aggressive, Jerry, and she doesn't seem to be, the Herceptin, supposedly miracle drug, didn't seem to vibe with her. Didn't work. I'm like, that's it? This whole thing, it seemed like everybody was just hell-bent on just letting this woman die. That it was okay, that it was part of the norm, and that it's just what it is, you know what I mean? It's just what we have to go through with this disease. You fucking kidding me? Really? I mean, it's that easy for people just to say, okay, well, you know what I mean? And a lot of people I know have lost family members of cancer. I don't mean to put them down, or I'm not trying to at all, My thing is I just don't know any other way. I can't just watch, and love a girl. I met a girl, I fell in love. Dated a year, she got sick. It's been fucking 5 years already now, and just frustrated and tired with this bullshit already, Hearing all these things that happen with all these people that we've come across, and I've talked to, and it's just a hard thing for me to deal with, tired, frustrated, scared. I just feel like I'm forgetting something all the time, and I just hope my girl knows how much I love her. Thanks again, guys. Fuck cancer.